Brickmaniacs, it is time for another episode of Brickmania TV. Welcome back, Brickmaniacs. Today on Brickmania TV, we have an all-new kit for us, designed by Dan Ziskind. And what is this kit, first off?
Well, we're doing the Marder III.
Right.
But in front of you, actually, you have the Panzer 38T, which you may remember was in the Barbarossa book. Right. It's a early war German tank, actually made in the Czechoslovakia. Yeah. Made in Czechoslovakia.
So what's the significance of this tank?
Well, when the Germans basically took over the country, annexed the country of Czechoslovakia, they inherited their arms factories, everything, and this was a Czech tank. And when the Germans took it over, they called it 38T, changed the name, 38T. T stands for the German word Czech. So this was a basic light tank. They used it through France, used it wherever the German army went, early days of Barbarossa, but by the time 1942 rolled around, it was considered obsolete, easily destroyed by just about any Russian anti-tank gun, had brittle armor, so they kind of was out of favor, basically discontinued. But they had all these captured Russian guns, 76mm guns. The Germans had their actually field guns, but they made excellent anti-tank weapons. Right. And the Germans basically mated the two. So this is the original tank. This is the 38T. You might recognize the hull, the profile. This is actually right out of the Barbarossa book. And then this is what they created. So this is a captured Russian 76mm gun. The Germans chambered them for 75mm German ammunition. And that German ammunition, I mean, that's the PaK-40, so this is really common anti-tank ammunition. These guns, basically, this is the original configuration. If you could just see by the profiles that they basically strapped this monstrosity right on top of the hull, and then built this kind of fighting platform on the back. So if you look in here, it actually has an opening chamber.
Yeah, you pointed that out to me earlier on, how it's an opening chamber like that. As
right, it has an opening breech, like the Russian breech on it, as opposed to the sliding breech of the Germans. So.
Yeah, you're saying the Germans more commonly would use sliding breeches.
Yeah, pretty much every gun is a sliding breech.
Sure.
You see in like videos of the 88s and everything, they're shoving ammunition in, whereas the Russians have a more traditional approach to it.
There we go, and that opens and closes. Can you fit a shell in there?
You can fit it partially in there.
Partially, okay, yeah. So that would be nice for like setting up a diorama. Or
right. You can open it up, and even still, I mean, it's a toy. It's still not going to be 100% accurate.
Sure.
So we'll just go over some features real quick of this. So this is the original. That's the original Brickmania, thing that we came out from Barbarossa. Yeah. So this is remade. You actually, let me pull this off real quick. See if I can do this without breaking anything. If you notice in there is actually a guy in there.
Hey, there you go.
I just grabbed an old guy that we had laying around.
I broke your gun off. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Can't
just breaking everything.
Let's make sure we get it. Yeah. Okay. See, unlike an artillery piece, these guns really don't elevate that much.
Right.
Because it's an anti-tank gun. It's a profile. But you can look in there and you can see there's a guy in there. And he doesn't come with it. You only get one guy. Yep. I just put one in there as a demonstrator, just to show you.
So a guy does fit in there, which is cool.
He does fit, and it's actually only held in with one stud, so you can.
It's an easy way to get that off.
It does have a travel lock. And the real thing, this would actually grab onto the gun. So when it's traveling, you don't want the gun bouncing around because it'll actually make it untrue to the optics.
Right.
You have this gun with the optics so you can shoot a long distance. And if you're bouncing around on the road, everything will go out of whack. So they put the travel lock on it, so when you're moving, you can basically keep it steady. Release it. It doesn't actually go all the way down. It just kind of stays in this weird horizontal thing. Because it was a tank, they still have the machine gun in the front, the whole machine gun. So two guys and the real thing would fit in the front.
One driver and one gunner.
Yep, and then you have in the back, you have basically as a crew platform. Right. And I have just studs on. I didn't put any tiles on there because we wanted the other guys to stand on there and pose.
In real life, what would be the crew size for this?
I believe 4 guys.
4 guys?
4, maybe possibly 5.
Okay.
Depending on if there's a commander or something. This is the early version. They made these Marder IIIs, and as you may have seen, that Brickmania has released another Marder III. We did the AUS-FM in ambush camouflage a while back. That would be the final version. This is the original version. So they went through 3 iterations of this vehicle. first had this Russian gun. After they finally started running out of these Russian guns, they started using Pak-40s, which is like the German gun. It's the same ammunition that they used. I mean, basically, the Pak-40 could destroy anything the Allies could feel, just about anything.
Just about anything.
Until the Russians started coming out with their super monster guns, or monster vehicles.
Right. So this would have seen action primarily in 43, 42?
42 to the end of the war.
Okay, and they continued using this throughout the entire.
So I did it in tan, basically so you could use it in North Africa, but they also went into Eastern Europe. You know, you'll see them in Russia, basically in this camouflage scheme. Sometimes I left a couple of studs on the armors, one on each side, so you could put some tree pieces on there, and get foliage, camouflage it a little bit. Typically, you don't see a whole lot of camouflage or trees on the Russian steppes, so they would just paint them. We are going to be coming out actually with a camouflage sticker pack.
Yeah.
So that's going to be coming down the pipeline real soon.
Specifically designed for tanks.
Yes, designed for East, and the colors we're going to use will be perfect for Eastern Front. So it'll be almost like the steppes of Russian tanks. Perfect camouflage, actually. This does have 3 printed elements.
Yep, 2 panels.
2 panels, and then of course the Balkenkreuz on the tile there. I think it's a toolbox or something on the back. This vehicle had the seats right here. The guys that actually ride sitting in the seats, you'd always see that they take the seats and shove them onto the back of this little rack. I guess there's a cage around the back, so the guys will fall off.
Slide a chair into it, the back seat back. Or?
Yeah, I'm not sure how it works, if it's designed that way or if they just did it in the field, but you almost always see them with the seats stuck up on the back.
Interesting. Just out of the way, kind of.
Yeah, and it looked maybe you could sit back on the cage and relax on there. Maybe it's more comfortable than sitting on the actual seat. I don't know. Somebody who knows more about this vehicle than me can
chime in. Yeah. So we have one custom printed guy that comes with this kit.
It does come with it. It's a standard. This is just our here soldier.
Yep.
One thing, even though these vehicles were attached to like Panzer units, they were actually manned, and especially all the anti-tank guns and all of the assault guns were manned actually by artillery crewmen. So they would be regular army.
Right.
They wouldn't be Panzer, like the special Panzer troops or whatever. So maybe towards the end of the war they'd start becoming more interchangeable. But
so you'd see a lot of these, the standard.
They wouldn't be. Yeah, they wouldn't be wearing like the Panzer wrap or anything like that.
They had a gray Panzer wrap actually if they did wear that, but I think sometimes they just got issued the standard uniform. Yeah,
I think for the most part you're going to see these guys wearing standard uniform. So towards the end of the war, you'll see some more specialized uniforms.
Sure. Comes with a Brick Arms MP40 V2, I believe that is.
It's a V3.
V3. Okay, V3.
V3.
That's cool. So,
standard MP40, but you got to have some sort of self-defense weapon for your guys.
That's a good weapon for self-defense, I guess. Yeah. That's the kit, I guess.
That is the kit. There's probably not much more to it. It's Brickmania track links. It's kind of cool because you can see.
Do they roll all right?
Yeah, it rolls. It's not going to roll real well on this surface, but yeah, sure.
There we go. Some rolling track links.
It's a little too smooth.
Sure.
Throw it on your carpet. Yeah, no problem.
Right, cool. So this was the Marder III, the early version of the Marder. For more information on this kit, check out brickmania.com and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and ding the bell.
Yeah.
Ding the bell. Cool. That's the episode. Yeah. See ya.